Welcome to Coffee and Contracts, everyone, and today's guest, Modu. Everyone knows who you are here locally, and it's very difficult to get your time, so thank you for coming.
No, thanks to you, and thank you for your team for having me.
I wanted you at the Oceana Wellness Residences because you're part of this project.
Yes, I will be, as first, like I said earlier, thank you again, Nick, for having me. This is our third, I think, we've been doing the podcast.
Third, yeah.
First time on site with this amazing project with Oceana. And I will be the one designing the gyms. I'm super excited. And what I do, I'm always about health and wellness. And to be invited to be part of this project is a huge honor for myself and my team.
What have you been doing the last few years in regards to health and wellness, centered around real estate specifically, like your gyms, your consulting jobs with real estate projects?
No, we have a lot going on, really. It started here in Cabo, having our own gyms now. And one of my always dream and goal was to be able to tap into the real estate business with all this residential. Because for me, when you talk about high-end profiles, people who will be buying these houses, one thing they cannot buy is health. They have the money, all the money they have. But one thing, that's something that's going to be always they aiming for, to how they can improve their health and wellness.
Yep.
And for us, that's something we've been pitching since I've been in Cabo the last 13 years. And with that, we've been very fortunate. I think we came in Cabo at the right time and seeing the market grow. Now all these developers are coming to us, thanks God, to we're doing a gym. It's not just doing a gym as well, we're designing a concept for people. Right. It's two different things. Because gym, anybody can go buy equipment. You go call Techno Gym, you go to Life Fitness, you can come up, they put some equipment at your gym. But us, what we're designing is more like a concept that fit whoever is your target market. That's that's our main approach.
Okay, so it's not a one size fits all.
No. I always said when we design gym, it's like how we train people. We don't just say one program for everyone. When you come to me, want me to train you, first and foremost, I have to do assessment. Because your need will be different than Luke need. Luke needs will be different than Sincha needs.
Right.
So every project, that's how we approach it. And based on that, and a lot of noise, because we've been designing a lot of gym here. Now we expand, we're doing some project in Mazatlan, in San Miguel, all of this in Africa. But again, I tell people every single project you go, you might have a similarity, about 30-40%, but every project is totally different. Because we take the time, we spend a lot of time into it. Especially me, once I start a project, I go sit there, couple days, 3 days, I go. At night, I think, go back, think, because I want something unique. And I want any homeowner, when they walk in here, they realize a lot of thought was put into what we put for them.
Right. And you have a lot of experience working with some of the bigger developers in town.
Yes.
Diamante.
Yes.
Pueblo Bonito.
Yeah, Pueblo Bonito, the last now, we signed a deal with them. We're going to be doing 8 gyms across Mexico. 8 gyms. No, we just finished the one for Quivira. And we're doing one at San Miguel, going to be ready in January. And we have a couple more at, Quivira. And also some right now on San Miguel, going to San Miguel. I mean, not San Miguel, Mazatlan.
Yeah. Right.
And Diamante too. Diamante, we have another big, because they have a new, again, development going up here. So yeah.
Were you at the golf PGA?
Of course. Of course, I was there.
So have you met Tiger Woods? Because you guys...
Of course. Tiger, I've been in Diamante for 13 years. Those who don't know, that was actually my first big project in Cabo. And that was one of those things, when they give me the opportunity, I'm like, man, I cannot let this opportunity slide out of my hand.
Right.
I remember we were going to Cancun for a workshop. And as soon as Ken called me, and at the time his office was at the container, I met him. I started working, sometimes that's what passion, and any of you who's listening to this, that's sometimes passion. You don't do things always for money. But when you're passionate about what you do and meant well, great things are going to happen in life. Yeah. And I was on the flight working already without signing a contract. And some of my teammates would say, you stupid, you haven't even signed a contract. you start working. I'm like, what if they steal your work? I don't care if they do. But I'm gonna really, this is an opportunity for all of us. And we nailed it. Since then, we have developed gym people working there. One day, one guy working there was doing a gym in China. That's how he got to know us and said, you know what, I'm willing to hire you guys to design our gym.
Wow.
So it has been an amazing opportunity. As much as we're growing, that's why I made I don't know how many gyms I have, but really the one at Diamante, we have a special connection.
It's the first big
like
one.
It's like my baby, yeah, exactly. It was my first baby.
And how important for you, because now you've grown so big, you're in so many different locations, is a team for you?
Yes.
How many trainers, how many staff do you have?
So we have about over 30 trainers, full-time trainers, and we have like, about 15, freelancers.
Uh-huh.
And, but the future is here, and also Africa for me, man, I think, and I'm gonna say it like, you will see me like in the next couple of years, 3 years, I will have to leave Cabo.
No.
Yes.
Because it's so big of an
so
opportunity.
big. There's so much stuff going. Not like, but I wouldn't be spending more time
there.
because there's so much. It's like Cabo time 100 times.
Wow.
And I go there like every time. I was just there 2 weeks ago. I'm like, for me to come back is so hard. But also I have so much commitment here right now in Mexico that I need to finish. But it's gonna be a transition where I will have to someone leading the team here, where it will free up my time for me to go back and forth.
So the team is really important.
It's all about the team actually. You know what? We started something just like you. We started something we have the vision, but without them, we cannot grow, man. And it's a matter of having the right people, surround you, and the team will elevate the level of success you will be getting.
So obviously it's fitness. So you're training yourself, and you and your team are helping other people train. But tell me about training in terms of expanding your mind in the fitness world. What do you do because it's a constantly changing industry, like real estate. I mean, you mentioned a little bit ago about going to a seminar in Cancun.
Yes.
I mean, is that very common for you and the team to attend those?
Of course. For me, the thing is like in life, man, there's always room to improve. Once you settle, you're going backward, And I tell this to my team. It's like you have to put the work every single day. Putting the work is not just like, you gotta ask yourself, even when you are you gotta be honest with yourself. Because for me, the first thing is like, if you can conquer yourself, how are you gonna conquer the world? If you take those steps, as you say, you know what, like, what do I need to do to dominate? If my teammates are putting 8 hours, in order for me to step ahead, I have to put 10 hours ahead. And I've seen the most successful people, like every day, like this morning, every day I get up at 3:30 in the morning. I was at Diamante with the owner of Diamante. We'd get there at 4:30, 4:55 in the morning.
It's training.
And him, look at him, what he has, and to be the first one to get up. And people, they don't realize, because if you're not ready, it doesn't matter. If you're not ready physically, mentally, it's gonna be really hard for you to accomplish something in life. And for me, that's what my message to the team said, no, I gotta set the tone, because I don't wanna just talk about it and not doing it. Right. But we do seminar, and also we help people, like we just signed an exclusive distributor with ISSA. That's the #1 certification in the US. So we bring them to Mexico. Now we're certifying people, and that's the same thing we're going to be doing in Africa as well, because education is key. Right. When you talk about personal training, it's not just like, I'm training people. Anybody can tell you, Nick, do me 10 burpees, lift the weight, but that's not, that's not one size fit all.
Right.
Everything have to be specific. You got to know your clients, the do and the don't. With that, you have to know your stuff.
What have you learned in all of that knowledge and wisdom that you're applying to other parts of your life? Like if you go and buy a house, like knowing that in the fitness world, running a business, like education, the mind, body, everything, the energy that you bring to the table. If you were to buy a house, right, real estate agents behind the cameras, what can you give them in terms of advice as a real estate? Because you purchase real estate, yes, right? Yep. Not just here, but elsewhere.
Yep.
What could you give them as advice as a buyer working with a real estate agent that they can do in their business?
I mean, for me, first and foremost is to have a mentorship, man. You know, I really everyone said, wow, Modu, you know, you have done this, but seriously, your circle, you know, the people you surround yourself will determine how far you go in life.
Right.
I've been very fortunate to be surrounded. My clients are like this.
Business owners,
Executives. I mean, the executive, like their level of, you know, expectation, and they don't expect it, but when they know that you have potential, man, they will tell you straight up. If we're meeting, I'm expecting you to be here like this thing. The way you go about business, and for me, that was the biggest, you know, difference between me as going from a personal trainer, you know, turns into a business person. And that's what I say. And today now, I'm talking about both ways, even as a real estate agent and stuff. Find that mentor, man. Sometimes it's hard. You know what? Nothing is easy, and you wanna go through that process. You know, you didn't sell one day. You was this close to sell. Yeah. You know, second, but you don't give up. You don't give up. If they find someone like you, what it takes, because sometimes they only see the success. And for me, every single successful person I met now, I will ask them, the question I ask them, when it was tough, how did you overcome that?
Right, yeah.
I don't ask them, how do you get here? And I just want to know, when things were hard, how they were able to overcome. And when you asking those questions, you know that all of them went through some tough time at one point, but they didn't give up, you know. And of course, with a buyer as well, there's some connection that come with it.
So you would ask your clients that you were training, that would be business owners, executives, these kind of questions?
Big time. You know, as I'm helping them physically, man, I'm sucking everything out of. No, man, because for me, I'm like, no, man, because that's just how you gonna, today you going to Africa, for instance. You know, you can go online, get a flight, go there, but when you call me, I think you will have a better experience.
That's right.
And the same thing, these people have done it. They made a lot of mistakes. So don't be afraid, and it's the must actually. Every single person, you know what I mean, who's any business, if you're getting into, you have to find that mentor. You know, because that's the only way. It's gonna be your GPS. It's someone giving you a GPS, because it's gonna tell you, don't go there, do this, do that. And also sometimes they're gonna be tough on you. But man, if you give up, you know, it became a habit. It doesn't matter what it is. You go also come train with me, you're gonna give up. You know, you go get another job, you're gonna give up. And now you have that, and you're blaming people, blame society, blaming why, and you don't look at yourself in the mirror, say, you know what am I doing wrong? Do you know what I mean? Where the source of this coming?
Right, accountability, personal accountability.
Exactly. Yep.
Wow, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Have you already started working here at Oceana?
We start doing the design. We're taking time, and as we go slow, because we still have a lot of time. But it's gonna take at least the next, you know what I mean. Alvaro is coming next week. We're gonna meet with him, and then after we're gonna probably now start, you know, showing him what we've been doing. As we go, we evolve. Because what happened also, the fitness industry evolves all the time. New equipment, you know what I mean?
Right.
There's a lot of new things. And what I'm saying, like right now, the way we used to design, all our concept was based on, you know, free weight, wellness area, the self-guided area where the equipment you go on and the functional area. Now, one thing we're adding now, another thing we're adding is the recovery.
Is what?
Recovery.
Yeah. So give me an example. What would that be?
Like, you know, now the cold plunge, infrared, all of these things. Yeah. Because now everyone, before, just like what happened with the organic, you know, now everyone want to go organic. Before, people just didn't care. You know, they eat whatever. Now people are like, oh, is this organic? Yes, no. The same thing here. People used to go, train. But nobody was just focusing as much as well on the recovery side, you know. And now that's something we bring in to Cabo to make sure, you know, like myself, I do a lot of cold plunge, you know, making sure.
I was going to ask, are you cold plunging?
Of course, big time, you know. And in the US, it's huge. but now we're helping also our clients because just when they come to us, it's not just like, oh, again, design gym. We're helping them get the best out there and bring it to them.
Corey invited me tomorrow
Exactly.
to his
Yeah,
house.
I'm
He's
going.
doing these.
I'm going.
So I was thinking, I think I might.
I'm not going to this time. I told him you guys
You've gone?
enough notice. No.
Okay.
I told him next time give me like enough because I have something
Yeah.
going on this week.
He does the cold plunge. He was at my
the
house.
breathing and everything.
Yeah, the breathe. That was
Yeah,
what
yeah,
he's
yeah.
like. It's like you're like in a different planet, like
yes,
from the
yeah,
breathing.
yeah.
You've never done that before with it.
I have done not with him, but I have done it before. I tried.
Yeah, that's what
It's
I'm
deep,
really
it's deep.
interested in.
Yeah, it's deep.
And he says he has this machine that does this like electrical, like
Yes, yeah. That one I haven't tried yet, but I'm looking forward to try it. Yeah, that's the way. But really, that's a market right now that's growing big time.
yeah. And I think as real estate agents, the more we can be educated about wellness, because in more and more of our developments like Oceana, wellness is integrated. So if we can speak to the ever-changing market, what are the trends, then us as advisors are not just advising on the four walls and the roof, but we're advising on the lifestyle, because this is a lifestyle purchase for our clients. It's not just the property itself. They can stay at a hotel. So we're selling the dream that we all live.
And sometimes some of them, even some of them who are not active yet, all of us sometimes we at one point in life, we get a wake-up call. You go to the doctor, you say, man, if you don't work out, this is what's going to happen. No, so people want to just sometimes have that things available. And it's up to you to communicate that with the client, say, you know what, yes, to have this just one day, if you're ready to start like changing your lifestyle, we have all these amenities for you.
I'm excited about that. I didn't know that there's going to be a recovery component too.
We're gonna make sure, because that's something I'm going to talk to Alvaro.
Okay.
Because if you don't do it, I can guarantee you,
People are going to ask for it.
Exactly. As soon as we open, some of it will open, and the one who hasn't experienced might not know, but once they experience, they're not going back.
I mean, those things, that equipment's very expensive. Like the infrared beds, they could be over $100,000.
Yeah. They're not cheap.
All right. Yeah.
But Alvaro, and Daniel, man, they really like that's like, for me, like I said, it's the first wellness residence in Cabo. You know what I mean? So they have to do it right, and they're willing to do that, and that has to be very exciting, because it's. I see people at Diamante, many of them bought because of the gym. Big component. Sometimes they go, they say, man, thank you. Like the PGA, it was huge. All the golfers would say, thank you for allowing us to use the gym. Because that's something, it's a big pool.
Yeah.
As many people sometimes don't realize it, but if as a real estate agent, make sure you kind of like emphasize on that, because health and wellness, man, that's the future.
Yeah. Who is, without getting yourself into trouble, who are some of the professional athletes you have trained in the past?
Oh my gosh, it's a big list, though. It's a big list. I mean, I have trained many of them.
Who are like the reoccurring, that always come back, and you'll see, they'll give you a call, they'll send you a text message, I'm in town.
You got, the Manning family, of course.
The Mannings?
When Tiger is in town as well, you got Rudy Gobert from the NBA. I mean, and these guys also, this was nothing like me going to them. That's why also it's very important, and advice I have for all of you as an agent. Find your identity, man. You gotta know how to market yourself. I've been very fortunate, for instance, for me, for being like welcome in Cabos, but I was very driven what I wanted. You give me one, and that's the same thing. If you get an opportunity to work at Ronival, don't just lean on Ronival to do all the work for you. You gotta do that extra miles. That extra mile is like how you market yourself online. Every, event in town, my team knows that. I tell them, you guys, when you finish, you finish. I'm out there responding every single message, and even though I have someone that check all my messages, that post all the stuff, I go make sure how he answer people, check everything, what he's posting, and that type of stuff. And you have to do that extra mile. So for me, and those are the things, the identity I have, where people now, even they come, they ask, who should we hire to train them? They call me, and I don't know. And when I go, they know as well, yes, I respect them as a, superstar, but the way I treat them, that's the same way I treat the Jorge,
Yeah.
the guy, because for me, there's no like, wow, man, I never, as you know, I've been here, you have never seen me call myself a celebrity trainer. Never, and I will never, because what I do, my message to I'm here to help anybody.
That's cool.
I don't identify because you are Tiger Woods, I don't care. And usually that's what they say. Even when they come, they see me how I interact with everyone. They're like, Modu, everyone knows you. I'm like, I'm cool with everyone.
Right.
That's it, yeah.
That's awesome.
But of course,
You should do worry about training for all of us.
Fitness training?
I would love to. No, and don't get scared. I mean, I look very intimidated. A lot of people, because for me, when you hear really you see sometimes some of the athletes, when I train them, these are NFL players. When I train them, you're like, holy cow, this guy gonna kill me. I remember one day an old gentleman watched me. I was training one of the quarterback, and he told me, young man, come here, man. Say, man, who can handle your workout? Because this guy, he get paid to work out, and I see him dying. But I'm like, because this guy, man, he asked for that. You know what I mean? He come, that's what they want.
Right.
They come, they will tell you, Modu, where do I meet you? On the beach, where can I get? And the more you give them a great workout, for them, it's not just like, wow, man, I still work out, but they being tested right here.
Yeah.
And some of the question I have sometimes, like for instance, Eli Manning, one day I'm like, man, as much I have accomplished a lot in life, for him, I'm like, how do you train? There's a Super Bowl, 27 seconds left. You have the ball. There's how many people? 100 million people are watching. The ball on your hand. I will fumble it. Really. I will be so nervous, I will fumble the ball. For you to throw a money pass, you know what I mean, to win the Super Bowl.
Right.
I mean, it has to be like you have to train. It's not just physical, but the mental toughness it takes to do that. We say, Modu, man, it's not just something. That's why I'm never going to forget what got me where I'm at.
Right.
Wherever I am, I'm making sure I'm like, how can I improve mentally and physically?
I think it's important, the training. They go over and over, physically and mentally, everything,
and
over and
guys,
over. Us role playing, objection
and
handles, scripts.
We all offer services, man. And the one thing, sometimes we all have ups and downs. Myself, Nick, don't let anyone fool you. We all get knocked down. But what's going to differentiate you and other people is how fast you get up. How fast do you get up sometimes is to be able to invest in you. Because for me, that's what I said. As long as I have health, nobody, nothing can defeat me in here, in this world. How do you do that? You focus on you. Some stuff you don't have control. They're going to come one day and say you own, 2 million pesos, 30 million pesos in taxes. What do? You're like, okay. You find a way to pay it. You know what I mean? It's just, that's what it is. But that's why it's very important, because even your client, the buyer, the prospect you have can feel the positive energy. Because if you get up in the morning, you don't feel good about yourself, man. Dragging, you have a tour, because there's something that's just like in your head, man. But once you get up in the morning, you worked out, man, you're like, I'm ready to face the world. It doesn't matter what's coming, I'm ready mentally and physically. You keep doing that, man, you're scaling. And people can feel the energy. Because, buy and sell. When sell, if they like you, they're going to buy. That's 50% of the sell.
Yeah.
No, so look at it like that. All of you, that's one advice I have for every single person. You do that, you start winning, man. Even if you don't sell a month, but you're winning with your health. You're winning because you are prepared mentally. If something doesn't go as you wish, you still say, you know what, one thing I'm not gonna let that's like physically and mentally, I'm ready, I'm getting prepared for this type of situation.
Thanks, Modu.
No,
I actually didn't expect it to be like a motivational type thing, but these things I love. For me, this is what and I know you, it's like a daily battle that we go through.
Yes.
And we see it in our people that we work with our clients.
Exactly.
And so it's a constant reminder every day that these are the challenges that we individually encounter and our clients, our teammates are encountering, and how we show up every day and how we get through it because there's always going to be the setbacks.
And if you look at, and everyone probably know The Rock, Face except The Rock, the actor, and crazy into working on stuff. He said, I want to be the hardest worker in the room. Me, I want to be the hardest worker in the community. No effort was ever unrewarded. You get what you put in it.
Thanks, Modu. I appreciate it.
No,
appreciate
thank
you.
you.
Thanks for coming in.
No, thank you.
Terry, you always want to.
I'm so sorry.
So Terry, just to give some background, she is maybe our most senior agent, right? Experience?
I'm 77.
Wow,
77,
no
right?
way.
And
You
she's
look
still
amazing.
like
Wow,
crushing it.
wow.
And I so apologize. I took the Bordeaux here, and I was stuck in traffic for an hour. And I'm going to listen to your video, and I'm really blessed because I have 3 daughters that are in their 40s and they're in fitness. So I've gotten a little bit here and there from them. My question, basically, and I apologize because I didn't hear your whole presentation, but we have a lot of boomers coming to Cabo to buy real estate. And so did you touch on the fact that what can you advise for boomers and wellness? And I mean, I've been working out at Rudo's gym for 15 years. They don't even have, it's with the Mexicans.
No air conditioning.
No air conditioning.
Right.
I had to quit because it got so hot. But so I'm a believer in fitness and everything you say, don't ever give up. I just don't know that. And it's not in my vocabulary because what else do you have left? You have nothing else. But that's just my question as far as
The boomers that are
the
coming
boomers.
here,
Yeah.
what about fitness
Yes.
and wellness?
yes.
Trends or advice for them?
Yeah, advice for them. Exactly. Since like I say, I'm working out at this gym that's been around for so many years. And really, I've just learned, I just do my little thing. And
But as you know now, back in the days, those who've been in Cabo for a long time, there's a big shift, Now every developer, you gotta have a gym. It's a must. And now, and I tell people, you go in New York, you don't have a lot of options. Yes, you got Equinox, it's not close. Sometimes you got this small, they don't even have a lot of space. So they focus on a lot of the studios, you got many of them opening in New York. But here, I tell you, there's no better place, man, to live a healthy lifestyle than Cabo, man. And that's your selling point right there. Stress-wise, you go to New York, I'm there after 3 days, I'm like, man, I can't do it. I gotta go back, But here you come, man, you got the beach, you got the sun. You can walk out outside. And some of the design we do, and even here you will see, that's something yes, you got the indoor, but many people will come to Cabo and say, why will I walk out indoor if I have this beautiful weather, right? And some of the design we're doing here, some of the part of the gym going to be outdoor, where you're going to do a lot of functional stuff. Because gym has, also you don't need like someone like me, all I need is the resistance bands, 1 dumbbell, 1 Bosu ball, I'm good. But again, for someone who's buying like 7,000, 700,000, condo, he want to brag what kind of gym they have, you know what I mean? And also, it's not also one size fit all, because you got to think about, if I have a kid, that's gonna love sport, he's 11, how is gonna be able to work out here, If my mom, my dad come here, how is gonna be able to work out here? Me, how I was able to. And I tell people when I'm designing, it's not about me. It's not about what I believe, but I take in consideration for every single aspect, like where, if now as a family, grandpa, grandkids, mom, dad, all of us can go work out at the same place. That's how I design things. I don't want to I like CrossFit. Okay, so I'm gonna drive here, you go here. No. If we have a gym and anything I put my name, I gotta make sure it's something that's gonna reflect me, So I don't just cut corner, and that's something I have clear discussion with every developer that bring me on board. If you're not willing to spend, I might not be your guy, because I'm not gonna put like 1 treadmill, 1 elliptical, 1K, and just put Moduvated. No, that's not how it works. If you bring me in, that's mean I want to make sure I don't want them to say I have a gym here and have to go to Moduvated. No. If we're doing it's a gym, fully equipped, and everything needs to be like, okay, the CrossFit, someone who likes functional, someone who likes spinning, yes, you don't want to go to cyclo, and you cannot go to cyclo, we'll bring cyclo to you. Because now with all the stuff you got, like, the cyclo new machine, just like the Peloton, you ride with it, take a yoga class if you want, all those things.
Very good. Thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Something, and you were mentioning that you trained, it doesn't matter for you if it's a celebrity or whoever it is, and that's so true. Because at the beginning of the gym in Diamante, that I was training there, and then if you were around, you come and give me a routine, and if a member come in, you were like helping, and you were there, one more, you were training whoever was there. Then later, I learned how much was the one-on-one. It was like, oh, Modu was giving it for free.
That's true.
That was at the beginning, like 11 years ago.
I know.
I would say that when the gym was helping,
Yeah. Yeah,
But that's the truth.
we miss you there. But I'm happy. Yeah, but that's just, again, like we say, man, it's all about, and talk to people too. Don't be afraid to talk to people. And I tell people, sometimes even a gym, man. I mean, for me, I tell my team, wherever there's people, there's business. Wherever there's people, there's business. And if you have that mindset as a real estate agent, where do you find most people? Instead of we get up from work, you have to you gotta do the work. Every single day, I'd find where I can meet 3 people, 2 people a day. The gym is a great location. You go in, you're getting your health better, improve. At the same time, there's a possibility to have how many people sometimes come to me, Modu, what are the projects you're working on? Because I want to invest. The same people who are there are looking for align with what you guys are doing. They're looking for this Oceana type project because they know that, wow, and how many of them I help send them people. I don't need any reference. No, don't pay me commission and stuff. I tell them, hey, we work on this project, They end up saying, you know what, actually I bought actually. Because just I knew that, the gym was going to be good because this. So please do that extra mile, you know what I mean? Wherever people go talk to people, because just, especially in Cabo, the people who have time really to go work that, these are like many of them people at the gym, man. They retired people making a lot of money. They come here to Cabo now, they looking this property to invest.
There's a famous real estate agent out of New York, Ryan Sederham, and he's been on $1 Million Listing for, I don't know, since the beginning in New York, and now he's like global. But when he first got started over a decade ago, he joined several gyms in New York just to meet people.
Yep.
That's it. And that's how he was prospecting. He was prospecting by paying hundreds of dollars a month to go to the gym. He would just go and talk to people.
Yeah. Yep.
I think better become a physical trainer, train the people, get paid, to do what because imagine if he was a real estate agent.
Everyone asks me that. Everyone say, Modu, you say, I'm like, man, if you can find me more time of my day, I will definitely do that. But I'm more than happy, you know what I mean? Do not afraid, man, to reach out to people. I mean, that's it. I'm good. I'm big with that. I cook some things, like I don't force people like, hey, come to my, no. But anywhere, you know what I mean? If you go work out at the gym, I'm happy. I'm your biggest supporters, as long as you're doing something. However, when time is come, I see an opportunity, I'm like, hey, this person is looking for this, go get it. But if you don't talk about it, or if you don't remind people, if you don't put yourself in front of people, you're gonna be there because you have to be that go-getter. You have to do that small extra miles, and you get it, man. It's not that hard. I swear to God, sometimes like
It's so simple.
Really, man. It's just people sometimes make it all this project like us. Look at, we don't even have a salesperson on my team. We don't have a salesperson.
Your customers, your clients are your salespeople.
Exactly. We just do what we do on social media, and you don't see me like post anything to sell. We're doing this project at Oceana. We're doing this. but you have to be consistent. Some will get tired of watching you, but one day they're going to be sitting somewhere. They talk about housing. They say, oh, I have someone. Because you built that identity. Over the years, you are known by one thing and one thing only. When this is going to go slow, stick with it. Because today, if you are a real estate agent, 2 months later, you go do timeshare. A year later, you're like, oh, I'm going to do something. You know, you're blaming society, but also you're confusing your people, because they don't even trust you. They're like, okay, every 2 years, I see him up to something new. And what they said, to master anything, it takes 10 years. So your time will come. Just learn the ropes and be patient, be honest with yourself, say, I'm gonna put in the work every single day. That's what I have done. You know, and I have seen also Nick have done it, many of us have done it, where I don't care if it's tough or something, the giving up is not an option. You know, and what you became in the process of having that mindset is even bigger than what you're getting. It's not about the money, like really, man, we set. Like today I could be set, but it's all about how many lives I touch now, you know? What is about the legacy I'm gonna leave behind. As a black person, you know what I mean? I need to inspire, you know what I mean? A lot of this young, I'm not caught up into black, white, Mexican and stuff. I always tell it's not about where you're from, but who you choose to become. It doesn't matter where you You take me right now, take me to China, I'm gonna do the same thing. Because it's not because I did not lie myself. I'm gonna put the same work. If I think you can take everything I have right now, you take me to China, the first job I see will be, oh, you're gonna clean the floor at McDonald's, I will take it. I will take it. It's not what I had before. It's a new start. So I gotta take that, do it so well, where they will give me an opportunity to work in the kitchen.
Tell everyone the story that you told me on the last podcast I think we did, when you were in Nebraska, newly relocated to the United States, and your first job. The interview?
Yeah, and I mean, many of you probably, you know, yes, I grew up, as you might know, I grew up in West Africa, Senegal. So when I moved to the US, I was 18. I didn't speak no English. You know, in Africa, they would just like, you know, and my mom, I didn't grow up without a father. My father passed away the same day when I was born. And when I came to the US at 18, I was supposed to stay with my aunt. And my aunt, you know, I got to Jersey, she told me, man, you cannot stay here. You know, 1 week later, I'm like, holy cow. You know, I don't speak no English, I don't know anybody. Lucky, you know, there's a friend of mine who we went to high school together. He told me, you know, I live in Nebraska. So I called him, I'm like, I need a place to go, man. You know, because I think everything was arranged with my aunt. She's telling me, like, I cannot stay here, I gotta find somewhere to go. So he said, I have a small room, but you can sleep on the floor. I'm like, I will take it, man, you know? So I took the Greyhound 27 hours to Nebraska. Have never seen snow. The next day, the town, I don't have no winter clothes. But all of this, to just tell you, like, you know, sometimes it's really good to ask people their background, you know? And when I got there, you know, I got the best, you know, lesson in my life. 1 month go by, 2 months go by, I'm trying to find, I walk literally from Cabo to San Jose in the cold, trying to find a job. Because my back is against the wall. You know, I gotta have something to eat. My friend was going to school and he would work at Burger King. He would bring me the leftover, you know, chicken nuggets, whatever he has left over, I will take it. It's better than, you know, going to bed with no food. 1 month, I'm like and I didn't understand a lot. I didn't have no papers. I have no social security, you know. US, before they hire, they have to call someone to check your background, say how you would, and then no one told me any of this. 1 month go by, 2 months go, 3 months go by. I call my mom. I'm like, Mom, will you help me send me $1,000? I know why they're not hiring me, because I don't speak English. If I can get, I can take English classes, and really, I will pay you back. Oh, my mom said, nope, you figured it out. But I gotta say, guys, you know, for you who have kids, man, you talk about tough love, that's really tough love. That was the biggest, that no impacted my life till today. Because 5 years later, I went home with my undergrad in computer science.
Computer science.
Yeah. I come to my mom, I said, Mom, thank you. He said, no, you did it. I'm like, no, Mom. That day when you told me no, I don't know what you were teaching me. You taught me in life, if you want something, you gotta do whatever it takes to get it. And me, growing in my family, no one graduated from college. I don't grow up with a father. I grew up in a very tough neighborhood. I wanted to be the change. And with that, you know, I was working 80, 90 hours a week. I would work at Wendy's from 7 to 3 p.m. I would go in the dining room, I will eat half an hour, I would walk to another job at Fuddruckers from 4 to 11 p.m. I did it for a year and a half without one day off. Because why? I realized if I don't do this to save money for college, no one was gonna pay for it. Nobody. So the same mindset, you see how he taught me that to be like survival mode, where it was do or die, but I wasn't gonna die. And that lead me today to like, anything I wanna do, I go for it. Regardless if people tell me no or not, I don't care. You know, if I wanna do something, I'm like, I'm gonna do it because whatever it takes, I will do it. And the same thing, all of you have that sense of urgency. Each of us have a reason. Your why, what's your why? What's your why? If you don't have a why, you know what I mean, you don't have a purpose in life. Maybe that's your kid you wanna inspire. You know, you want to inspire your family. You want to inspire the next person who works your peers. Because if anybody set the tone here, I'm telling you, you guys can elevate, each of you can elevate, set, okay, you know what I mean? Set the goal. We have to at least do 1 sale a month. Because here, it's all who you surround yourself. If you set the tone, if the people who are on the bottom, like, don't sell, how can we help them to pull them to go up? You will see it's the people who have the will to want to do it. Some people don't want to do the work. If they don't want to do the work, they're in the wrong place. But you have to keep each of you accountable. Nick have given you all the tools. Give you a car, you know, paying people who are do all the social media and stuff, but he will never drive the car for you.
Okay.
You have to be on the driver's seat. Now you can walk, you can crawl.
The car is a metaphor. I'm not going to give you guys a car.
Exactly.
Right? That's a metaphor.
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
There's no company car.
Exactly. That's not metaphor, yeah. But just like you have the mindset, you know what I mean? Just like that's you. You're gonna be like, you know, be the first one. If he asks you to put 30 hours, try to put 40 hours, man, till you get to your goal. You know, because really, man, if you do have that mindset, man, you're gonna be winning everywhere you are. It doesn't matter. All right?
Do you know the story of but the fact of a bamboo? You know how long it takes for a bamboo to actually break through the ground?
I forgot, but I heard this crazy.
So when you plant a bamboo seed, it takes 5 years before it breaks through the dirt. But after that, it'll grow like a foot a week or something like that.
Exactly, it's crazy.
And
yep.
so it's a great metaphor for business, for life, that you do a lot of work and you see no results for a long time, and it's very discouraging. But then all of a sudden, it's like your overnight success. Not a lot, but I'm in meetings occasionally. A couple weeks ago, I was in one of those meetings, and a potential client said, "You guys just kind of came out of nowhere, learning about real estate. It was like an overnight type thing." I'm like, "Yeah, it took like 15 years."
Exactly.
Thank you, and it's actually a great testament to all the hard work it took.
Yep, that's true.
So bamboo, be like bamboo, right?
Yeah, and you can do it, guys. You know what I mean? Believe, have faith, put in the work, and it's gonna come. So, you have an amazing group, man. Like really, I love working with group because it tell you, like just, you know, we do a lot of personal training, PT, but you all know I started on the beach doing boot camp.
No equipment needed.
No equipment, no equipment. I was like, man, I'm gonna work with what I have. And I was had a great things going on in LA, but when I came here, it wasn't about but I see the potential. You know, and all of you have to see that. You're in a great company, you're growing, you know, you're setting yourself apart, because even if you know this story here, it was given, Nick was had it for a little bit, then they give it to another group, and to have it back, you know what I mean? And that's it. You know, you don't get discouraged, say, you know what, but he's still focusing in where they realize what they left, it was better, and they come back. So same thing here. Someone might go by with someone else, but still keep that connection, man. I tell my people, even if they don't buy, keep in contact with them. Because they will know that it wasn't just about the money, but you care, you building, you know what, you plant the seed, you water it. Yep. It wasn't because, you know, George didn't buy with me, but I'm gonna still water that plant. You do that for every single prospect you have, man. One day they will realize, you know, the last guy I bought, I never heard from him. But you know, Suzanne been really in contact with me, you know, for over the years. You know, and all of a sudden you call you, Suzanne, you know what, I have some cash. I want to invest. And someone said, wow, you are so lucky. It was 2 years ago when you planted the seed. Now it's about time for you to eat the fruit. Same thing. All right?
Thanks, Modu.
No, thank you guys. Thank you, really. It's an honor, man.
Oh, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thanks, Seth.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Nick Fong Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast and the YouTube channel at youtube.com/Ronaval Real Estate and follow Nick on Instagram at NickFong_Ronaval. Ready to find your Baja dream home? Check out the latest property listings at Ronaval.com or findmexicohouses.com. Hasta luego.